In Game of Thrones, Tyrion Lannister's trial by combat in Season 1 is a turning point. Accused of murdering Jon Arryn, he's trapped in the Aerys sky cells, betting his life on the sellsword Bronn to defeat Ser Vardis Aegon. Bronn's victory frees Tyrion, but what if he lost? Picture Bronn falling, Tyrion condemned, and his story ending in the Vale. This single moment could unravel the Seven Kingdoms. Let's explore the immediate chaos and the sweeping changes that unfold without Tyrion Lannister's cunning in Westeros. Bronn's defeat seals Tyrion's fate. The Aerys High Hall holds its breath as Lysa Arryn orders the imp pushed through the moon door. Tyrion's body plummets into the mystery abyss, a brutal end for the House Lannister's sharpest mind. News spreads like wildfire across Westeros, igniting tensions. In King's Landing, Jaime Lannister reels, his grief for his brother twisting into rage. He confronts Cersei, blaming her ambition, and grows distant from Tywin, whose silence feels like betrayal. Cersei dismisses it, her focus narrowing to Joffrey, whose reckless cruelty surges without Tyrion's wit to check him. Tywin, though composed, senses a void. He's lost a strategist he quietly relied on, despite his disdain. In the north, Robb Stark hears of Tyrion's execution and calls it Lannister tyranny. His mother, Catelyn, once Tyrion's captor, feels a pang of guilt but fuels Robb's resolve. Northern lords like the Karstarks and Umbers rally, their war cries echoing louder, pushing the young Wolf's rebellion to new heights. Sansa, a hostage in King's Landing, feels a flicker of relief at Tyrion's absence, her focus on surviving Joffrey's whims, not mourning a stranger. In the Vale, Lysa Arryn gloats, but her rash act alienates allies like House Royce, who see her as unhinged. Littlefinger, lurking in the shadows, calculates how to turn this fracture to his advantage. The Lannisters' grip weakens, and their enemies seize the moment. Tyrion's death reshapes the War of the Five Kings. At the Battle of the Blackwater, no wildfire scheme thwarts Stannis Baratheon's fleet. His ships storm King's Landing, breaching the gates. Stannis claims the Iron Throne, either slaying Joffrey or forcing him, Cersei, and the court to flee to Casterly Rock. His stern rule, backed by Melisandre's fiery sermons, sparks unrest. Lords like the Tyrells plot rebellion, unable to bend to his harsh justice. Friendly Baratheon surviving supporters scattered after his death regroup in the Stormlands, adding to the chaos. Balon Greyjoy's raids on the north intensifies, unchecked by Tyrion's diplomatic ploys. In Meereen, Daenerys Targaryen's rule crumbles without Tyrion's guidance. The Sons of the Harpies strike relentlessly, masked assassins slit throats in alleys, and bombs shatter markets. Her Unsullied bleed in the streets' battles, their numbers dwindling. Daenerys, desperate, unleashes her dragons, but Drogon's flames torch homes and merchants, fueling hatred among the freedmen. Jorah Mormont, loyal but tactless, pushes her to stand firm, while Daario Naharis demands mass executions, deepening the city's divide. Without Tyrion's knack for brokering peace, riots erupt, and Meereen teeters on the collapse. Daenerys lingers there, her Westeros invasion delayed by years as she fights to hold her crumbling city. When she finally sails, her army is weakened, her dragons unruly, and her temper fierce, setting her on a path of destruction over diplomacy. Tyrion's absence ripples further. No trial for Joffrey's murder keeps Oberyn Martell in Dorne, sparing him from the Mountain's wrath. Jaime, without Tyrion's push to break free, remains Cersei's pawn, his honour buried. Jon Snow, lacking Tyrion's early bond, falters at the wall, his pleas for aid ignored. The Night King's army swells, its icy march south unhindered by the united front. Robb Stark's victories grow, but Stannis' rule and Daenerys' delayed arrival create fresh threats. Arya, adrift in Braavos, owns her skills, her list of names expanding with Lannister enemies. Sansa, still in King's Landing or fleeing north, faces a darker path without Tyrion's fleeting kindness. Varys, without Tyrion's alliance, schemes alone, his plans less certain. Jaime's grief for Tyrion burns deep, eroding his bond with Cersei. He questions her ambition, his loyalty fraying as he wanders the Red Keep's halls, haunted by his brother's fate. Cersei, unchecked by Tyrion's barbs, sinks into paranoia. her orders growing erratic, pushing Joffrey to new cruelties. Tywin, desperate to salvage his legacy, eyes Sansa as a key to the north, but his plans stumble without Tyrion's finesse, leaving gaps in his armour. The Starks feel the weight too. Catelyn mourns Tyrion's fairness, her guilt sharpening her resolve to protect Robb. Sansa's despair deepens, her dreams of escaping fading. Arya, fueled by rage, adds more names to her list, her path growing bloodier. Bronn, likely executed or rotting in the eerie cells, vanishes, his sharp wits lost. Littlefinger and Varys weave new plots, thriving in the turmoil. Tyrion's death casts a long shadow, twisting hearts and breaking bonds across Westeros. If Bronn lost that trial, Westeros falls into ruin. Stannis' throne crumbles under rebellion, Daenerys scorches Meereen and beyond, and the White Walkers surge south. Tyrion's wit was a quiet force. Without it, chaos consumes all. What's your take? Could anyone match his cunning? Share your thoughts below and suggest the next what if, and hit subscribe for more Game of Thrones twists. Thanks for watching.